It's all about whether or not you can keep pets in your rented properties. And we're going to meet the owner of Jasmine. I'm not sure he's actually with Jasmine at the moment, but his name is Jordan Adams. Good afternoon, Jordan.
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
I'm very, very well. Are you in Sutton, in Surrey?
No, I'm not. I'm actually living in Hampton now. So previously I was in Sutton. And yeah, to answer your question, Jasmine unfortunately isn't with me, but I have got my new rescue dog. I say new rescue. I rescued her about a year ago from Belarus.
Oh, really? What's her name? Can we have a look?
Yeah, her name is Faith. She's quite nervous dog, so I will try to pick her up, but she obviously suffered a lot of trauma.
Don't worry if it's going to traumatise. It's not.
No, she should be okay. I will give it a go.
What's her name? Faith, did you say?
Faith, here we are.
Wow. Hello, Faith.
There we are.
What a great dog.
That's her shocked face, which she puts on quite a lot. But I'll put her back down now.
It's a ridiculous expression. Well done for rescuing. I've got a rescue dog as well. Now, tell us about Jasmine's Law. This is a Weimaraner that your family owned. You were living in a flat. You wanted to have all on your own. You wanted the company of a dog, and because you're renting it, the landlord was able to ban you from having your dogs, and you've campaigned to change that?
Yeah, so the situation was I was living at home, like you said, in my family home, and I was looking at moving out, renting my own place. And when I actually tried to find places which would allow dogs, at that point, I'm not sure on the exact figure, but I know in 2020, only 7% of landlords would accept or advertise pet-friendly accommodation. So it was a real struggle for me to try to find somewhere and, not to have her permanently, as you mentioned. She is the family dog, but just to have her either overnight, the weekend, just for...
And what would Jasmine... Oh, there's Jasmine.
Yeah,
Who's the one?
That's Faith as well.
Oh, Jasmine.
That's the one, yeah.
Brothers in arms, brothers and sisters in arms. Jasmine's Law would make it impossible for a landlord to ban pets?
No, so essentially, Jasmine's Law, we did the campaign, I think it was around February of last year. It went through its first reading, so private members bill through Andrew Rosendale, who's the MP for Romford. But essentially COVID and kind of delays meant it didn't go to second reading. But what it would allow, and what the online reform bill, it changes the default position, which means that landlords can't say outright, you can't have pets.
So if they came up with some sort of special reason, then maybe they could prevent you from keeping a pet. But basically, I think if I read this right, what you're trying to do is to make it a level playing field. I mean, I'm lucky enough to own my house, and if I want to have pets, I can. Why, if I happen to be renting it, should I not have the same privilege?
Yeah, exactly that. And I think, to your point, Kevin, I'm actually looking to buy something towards the end of this year. And since I moved out of my family home, I've rented 3 places, 2 of which didn't allow pets. And the last place, which did allow pets, I made quite a rushed decision actually to move to the area because it was merely the only place which would allow pets. But fortunately, I am looking at buying something. But you're right, why should there be a difference in if you own something, as long as there's the right policies in place? So there's going to be the pet insurance policy, which covers the tenant and the landlords. And I think with lockdown and how that kind of went about, people really suffered with mental health, isolation, everything else. It's really been a tough time. And we've seen as we've come out of lockdown, lots of people got their lockdown pets, lockdown dogs, and now are looking to rehome those once the reality's kind of set back in. So,
absolutely. And so, where exactly are we at now? You said something about the Jasmine's Laws had 1 reading. Is it going to get another?
Yeah, so it lapsed, unfortunately. So the Jasmine's Law, the campaign, we're still continuing to go ahead with that. So you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram. So that's at Jasmine's Law 20. But the Renters Reform Bill, the white paper has now been produced, so it's looking likely it has got cross-party support, so hopefully that will go through and get royal assent and become law. So it'd be great if they could rename it Jasmine's Law, but essentially the name of that and the campaign, hopefully places like yourself for keeping the message going and putting light on
definitely.
that.
Look, I'm right behind you. I mean, as I say, just because you were renting a property, I don't see why you should be prevented from having a pet. Most pets are very, very well behaved. So all the best, Jordan, and great to talk to you, and great to meet Faith, and to almost meet Jasmine. That was Jordan Adams. He's the lead campaigner for Jasmine's Law. You understand what that's about. I'm Kevin O'Sullivan. When we come back,